Everyone, my name is Venkatesh Murke and welcome back to today's video. Friends, in today's video, we are going to learn one new skill, a skill which will make you ordinary to extraordinary. That is public speaking, that is presentation skill, that is how to speak in open forum. So, we are going to see the basics. We are going to see the nitty-gritty of art of speaking because it contains so many things. It contain or it has so many parts. If you get mastery of that part, I'm sure that you can speak continuously at least 1 hour. So let's start one by one. The first is master your topic. That means on which topic you're speaking, you need to understand that topic. For example, if you're talking on, let's say, marketing, or if you're talking on branding, or you are talking on sales skills, so you need to master first that subject. You need to know the subject which you are talking about. If you know the subject, then you can speak continuously. You can speak very aggressively. You can speak very realistically on that subject. The next one important thing is that structure your talk in modules. What I mean is you can have a four part of your topic. That means opening, on which note you are going to open, core concept, the main heart of your presentation, and then go deep with some examples, with some real life anecdotes, and then question and answer. So if you structure your talk in a such a manner, then you will pay full attention to each topic or each part. The next is add, add micro breaks. So micro breaks could be water break, coffee break, or you can ask in between your presentation, like, so far we have seen 1 2 3. On this 1 2 3, do you have any questions? Or if you have any question, please feel free to ask so we can go ahead. The next is use tell, show, do, review. That means tell one concept, explain one concept, and show the proof of that concept. For example, if I'm talking about product development, then show the example of, let's say, Apple, or let's say Coca-Cola, or let's say Tesla. So, show the example so your audience will believe on that. The next point is prepare three versions of the same point. So if you see the top speakers, they can speak on pros, they can speak on cons, they can speak on neutral part as well. So prepare at least three part or three version of your presentation, and then depend upon the audience mood, you can explain them. Speak conversion, like conversion, you are doing conversion with your audience. That means it will look realistic. I always believe the presentation should not be monologue. Presentation should not look like you are presenting as your boss or as your lecture. Should not be a monotonous lecture. Should be, in a both way. It should be dialogue. It should be discussion. It should be in a natural way. If you do natural way, there is no any limit. You can speak, you can talk, I mean, continuously 8 hour, 10 hour, 12 hours, because it's a discussion. You are involving your audience into that. The next one is use a real life example. For example, if you are discussing, if you are explaining the business strategy, then use the real life example like Tesla. If you are explaining the business strategy, how Tesla initially went bankrupt, then how he managed bankruptcy, and now how Tesla is a $4 trillion company or world's richest company. Ask open-ended question like probe thoughts. What do you think about this subject? What do you think about this idea? Also, if you are if you are asking open-ended question, then you are involving the group into your presentation. You are involving the people into your presentation. Use audience reaction. Understand the audience reaction, what they are perceiving your message, whether they are laughing, whether they are enjoying, whether they are surprising, whether they are not agree with you. So understand their facial expression and address that expression, recognize that expression. If they got surprised, if they seems confused, then ask, are you understanding what I am saying? Is what I'm saying is correct? What do you think? If you are able to recognize the expression on their face, and if you are able to answer, then it will go smoothly. Master transitions. If you are explaining 10 different factors, 10 different points, then master the transition. You should know how to bridge the gap. Like now we have seen point A, let's jump to the point B. Otherwise, now we have seen the marketing part, the product development part. Now we will see how it will implement actually into the market, like that. Use or dramatize your voice. If you see the top actors, if you see the top leaders, they know how to speak on different subject. On sad moment, how to speak, how to lower their voice. On happy occasion, party occasion, how to speak. So you need to understand and you need to dramatize your voice accordingly in order to have a more weightage on your presentation. Practice vocal endurance. That means how to increase your bass, uh, how you are speaking very clearly. You need to you need to work on your skills, speaking skills. To do that, there are some practices, there are some exercise like read daily, read loudly at least 20-30 minutes daily. Then gradually increase your duration time, speaking duration time, etc. The next is keep hydrated. Like just now I had water, so you during your presentation keep water of bottle near you, keep some orange juice near you, so you will feel the energy during presentation. You will not feel dehydrated. And you can within some after 10 minutes, after some 20 minutes, keep or drink water is doable, is acceptable, and you can do it. Maintain the room temperature. If you are speaking in a crowd, make sure that you will get good wind, you will get good air, etc. Fuel before speaking. Eat good food, eat healthy food before speaking. Don't eat like heavy food, heavy meal, heavy meat. You will not feel sleepy, so eat some healthy food, drink some juice, have some fruits, so it will give you the proper energy. Because speaking is tough job. I mean, you if you are speaking more continuously 4 5 hours, then your energy will go drastically down. So you have to maintain that energy, you have to balance that energy level. Move while speaking. If you are speaking in front of audience on dais, try to move. Don't sit on one place, don't stand on one place. If you are moving, then your body will also get energetic, your body will also get blood circulation, and then you will get new thoughts, etc. Alternate sitting and standing. Sometime you can sit, sometime you can stand, sometime you can go into the audience, and you can change your place in order to get the proper blood circulation into your body. Use visual roadmap. You might have seen that most of presenters, they use PPT presentation, and into that PPT presentation you might have seen they use maps, they use videos, they use some pictures in order to mix not only theoretical lines but also the pictures, but also the videos. So it will be like mix of everything, and which will make your presentation more authentic. Use note as a prompt. Okay, I have prepared presentation, let's say 10 slide presentation, but there may be some question behind that presentation may come. So prepare note like 10 pages note. What could be the question I may get? What could be the real life examples I can give on this presentation? So prepare some notes on that presentation, and depend upon that you can run your show. Add video or demos. As I told you, in order to look your presentation more colorful, you can add videos. If you add videos, if you add some colorful images, it will look colorful, it will look attractive, it will look more authentic. Then reiterate key points, like if you are focusing on execution part in your marketing presentation, or if you are focusing on price on your presentation, then reiterate in order to audience will remember. Reiterate at least 3 times, like okay, this is our product which has we have developed very nicely, but we will not reduce the price of our product because this is the premium product, because we have invested so much in this product, because competitor offers this much, because we don't want to lower the prices. So focus more on the part which you wanted to emphasize. Reiterate at least 3 to 4 times that part. Use mini recap. After 1 hour or after 30 minutes you can recap. Okay, now we'll stop here and we will recap. These are the points we have seen. We have seen point A, we have seen point B, we have seen point 3, and I'm sure that you remember what we have seen before we move ahead. Invite micro interaction. So after again 15-20 minutes you can have some interaction with your audience. What do you think about this point? Do you agree what I'm saying? Like recently I mentioned you the price part. So do you agree that we should launch this product as a premium into the market? So have some micro interaction with your audience. Use body language very appropriately. So friends, body language plays very important role. Body language will help you to come out your presentation very easily. Body language will make your presentation very authentic. Body language will help you to look your presentation very memorable, because people may forget what you are saying, but people will remember how you look during presentation, how convincing you were during your presentation. Paraphrase audience input, like listen actively. When people are asking question, then listen actively what he is saying. So during that particular time you can think about some different perspective, you can think about this different aspect, and then you are ready to answer in a proper manner. Control time with a timer. Some people don't know where to stop. Some people also at the same time don't know till what extent they need to present. So use timer. Most of big conferences and most of big corporates, they use the timer. So use timer in order to look your presentation more attractive. Use chart or drops, again the part of your presentation. Use chart in order to show the sales figure, in order to show the trends. The next one is Share thought experiment. Imagine waking up as a Tesla CEO, for example. So use some metaphors, use some story. Like if you want to, give more weightage to your presentation, then say, okay, imagine you are a Tesla CEO. What you will do, on which how do you approach this particular price reduction problem or AI, artificial intelligence problem as a CEO of Tesla? So use such type of tricks and the techniques, then audience will open up, they will think in a different perspective. Teach like a story, friends. Rather than just telling your facts, if you are incorporate that into the story. For example, if you give the story of the Steve Jobs, if you give the story of the Bill Gates, if you give the story of let's say the Mukesh Ambani or Ambani family, they will make, or it will help them to think very fast. It will help them to understand very easily the concept which we are explaining. The next is breathe correctly. I have seen some videos, I have seen some presentation on like how to increase your bass, how to voice modulation. Because if you see the science behind this voice modulation and the how to increase your bass, is all depend upon your breathing ability. How you breathe, how you breathe out, is all depend upon that. If you breathe very fast, then you will get exhausted very easily. If you breathe in a normal manner, then it will be very easy for the your body to present more time or more period of time. Use pauses powerfully. For example, if I'm presenting and if someone is asking question, that means I'm getting pause. In that pause I can think. Also, if I'm explaining some important topics, important points, I should get pause in between two points. For example, okay, this is the product development part which we have spent money and we have given some efforts. The point number two is the price. So in between two topics I need to give some pause. Next one is a bridge, build bridge phases. Like that's remind me. Also, now we have seen factor A. Now let's look at to the factor 2. Let me show you what I means, etc. So use these bridge phrases, building bridge phrases. Look back to earlier point. If I'm explaining some point and if I remember, or if I remember this point or half of this point I have already presented in my second or third point of beginning of my presentation, then go back and tell them, okay, in my initial presentation I mentioned this, and now let's continue with this, like that. The next one is speak about mistakes. Admit mistakes. Even if you are working as a leader, admit mistakes. If you are admitting mistake, then your team will also understand, your team will also admit the mistakes, and your team will start opening up. The next is use anecdotes from other field. Like you can use anecdotes from sports, you can use anecdotes from art, nature, history. Like you can share the stories from nature, how nature, what nature has taught us. You can use the stories or anecdotes from sport, like how Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli got succeed in their team, in their career. Also, you can give the example of Messi, Ronaldo. The next point is very important, which is the great quotes. Quote sometime like simple to simple single language, single sentence, double sentence quote, which will make your presentation more interesting. Like imagination is more important than knowledge, or the only great way to work towards big thing is that love what you do or do what you love, etc. Connect global and the locally. Give some global examples, like as I told you, give the Messi and the Ronaldo example in order to look your presentation more authentic. Rephrase question. Sometime uh, audience may ask some question about pricing part, so reframe that sentence by saying, okay, I understood you are asking about the price part, or what could be or what would be our price in the market. So rephrase that sentence. If you are rephrasing that sentence, then next part of our brain, next part definitely or continuously will think about the answer. Act out situation. Act out a situation means, if you are giving presentation and in between your boss comes and he shares some excited news, some breaking news, like, okay, tomorrow we are going to this business territory, tomorrow we are traveling to this. So need to act out, and you need to have that ability to stop there and then incorporate that new point into your new topic into your presentation. And once you finish your that new point, you can continue, or you should have that ability to continue that your presentation. The next important thing is that keep energy snacks, like uh, as I told you, to give 4 to 5 hour presentation is not easy task. Your energy may get exhausted, you may get low blood sugar, but at the same time you should know how to regain the energy by energy fruits, like banana, apple, oranges, also some protein bars. So you need to have that snacks or the food handy in order to gain the energy back. The next point is stay relaxed, because if you are relaxing yourself in front of the audience during presentation, your body will behave naturally, your brain will behave naturally, you will start thinking towards that product, that subject. The next point will come automatically. So you need to relax, no matter on which topic you are presenting, no matter in front of on how many people you are presenting, but you are keeping yourself relaxed. Then uh, the you will understand the situation, you will understand what is going surrounding, and you can handle the situation very properly. Use humor. Friends, I have seen, I have attended so many big presentations, big trainings, and one thing I have learned, one thing I have observed in that is the senior trainers, senior presenters, they always include the humor. Humor will make you very fresh. If you are breaking joke, no matter how silly that joke is, if you are breaking joke every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, then that audience will not feel bored. Repeat audience name. If you are talking to audience, use like, okay, Rajesh, Ramesh. So if you are using that names, then they will pay more attention to your subject. The next is keep backup topics. For example, if you are presenting on one subject, keep backup topics like extra stories, extra figures and facts. If you are not remembering particular one point, then always have some backup points, etc. Use backstage storage, like how product we have developed, like how we appointed the team in order to make sure this product will get developed on time, etc. So use a backup story, it will help you to make your presentation realistic. Then next very important point, turn question into discussion. If you are presenting to 25 people, and if someone is asking you the question, then turn that question into the discussion. For example, if someone is asking question on, let's say, the product development, then ask same question to audience. What do you think, what we could have did in order to develop this product? What do you think, what parameters we have studied in order to do this present this develop this product? So the audience will open on the subject. They will think out of the box, they will think big, they will start thinking big, and the new ideas will come. Because every individual is different, every person has unique style of thinking. So they will open up with the new ideas, they will open up with the new thinking. The next is share failures. It should not be like you are presenting hanky dory facts. It should not be you are presenting only success stories. Also share some failures. Okay, we tried this 4 5 times but we did not achieve, but after achieving or after spending some 5 6 failure of the project, we achieved this 6 times. So it should look like realistic to your audience. Bring the research, because research will give you the authenticity to your presentation. Research like okay, we have did this research, and what we have understood is that uh, this is the market trend last 4 5 years. This category of business category is improving drastically, and if we spend this much amount of the budget on, let's say, on marketing part, on the product development part, on the launching part, then we may get achieve this much of the business. Then emphasize keywords, like as I mentioned earlier, emphasize on the on what particularly topic you are focusing. You are focusing on the price part, you are focusing on the market gain part, etc. The next is use a recap. Every 30 minute or every 40 minute, use a recap, especially when you are doing training a training program. Like, okay friends, we have seen this much part, we have seen A B C D, and now let's move to the next part, etc. Tell micro stories, tell anecdotes during your presentation in order to look your presentation more authentic, more attractive. Like you can share the anecdotes of from the natures, you can share anecdotes from the history, you can share the anecdotes from the sport worlds, in order to get correlation, in order to understand your subject very easily to your audience. Practice in real condition. For example, practice in real condition, that means if you are presenting in one big hall, then go to that hall 1 day or 2 day prior, and then practice your presentation in that particular hall. So you will understand the dais, you will understand the stage, you will understand the distance of yourself and the audience, and then depend upon that, you can develop your presentation, you can develop your talk. The next is plan audience actively, like group presentation. Sometimes you are talking to big group, sometimes you are talking to small group. So plan your audience accordingly, and start your or present your presentation. So this is the one part of our presentation. We are going to continue this discussion into the 5 6 part. In next part we will see some super exciting things in order to how to improve our speaking skills. So see you in